Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to unpack how a seemingly, boring plumbing problem actually ended up solving the absolute biggest bottleneck in AI agent development. If you've been following this space, you've probably wondered why, for a while there, every new AI tool seemed to just live in its own isolated little bubble, right? Well, today we are looking at the invisible infrastructure that completely shattered those bubbles and finally connected the AI ecosystem. It is a really fascinating story of standardization, and honestly, it's going to completely change how you view software architecture moving forward. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the integration nightmare, move on to the universal cable for AI, then igniting the network effect. After that, we'll cover hands versus social skills, and finally wrap things up with when boring plumbing wins.
All right, part one, the integration nightmare, the bottleneck holding back AI agents.
To really grasp the solution here, we have to look at the massive, pounding headache engineers were dealing with when trying to connect AI agents to outside tools. Because an AI agent is literally only as good as the information it can actually reach. It needs to read files, query databases, send messages, you name it. But making that happen used to be a total nightmare. Engineers called this the N/M integration problem. Imagine you've got N different AI models and you need them to talk to M different tools like Slack or GitHub or your internal data. For years, you had to write custom code for every single combination. It was a staggering waste of human potential. Every company was out there just duplicating the exact same engineering efforts from scratch. But look at the difference here. It's night and day. Instead of that tangled mess of proprietary custom connections, which was the old way, we now have a streamlined new approach. You literally just build one single standard server for a resource. So if you want to connect Slack, you just build one MCP server for Slack. That's it. Then any MCP-compatible AI model or framework can talk to it instantly. Not a single line of extra custom code needed. It's so elegant and honestly, incredibly efficient.
Moving on to Section 2, the Universal Cable for AI, the birth of the Model Context Protocol.
You know, people in the industry very quickly started calling this the USB-C of AI, and it's the perfect metaphor. We all used to have that one dreaded drawer at home, right? The one just stuffed with a dozen different phone chargers and tangled proprietary cables. Well, that was AI development before this standard came along, taking a messy, frustrating software problem and solving it exactly like a universal physical cable does. One standard connector for the whole shebang.
And this evolution happened at lightning speed. You can see Anthropic originally introduced MCP in November of 2024. But actually, the absolute turning point was in December 2025, when they donated the protocol to the Linux Foundation's Agentic AI Foundation. This is absolutely crucial. By handing it over to neutral governance, they completely erased the fear of vendor lock-in. Fierce competitors didn't have to stress about building on top of a rival's proprietary tech anymore. And that right there, that opened the floodgates for the massive industry-wide adoption we saw hit in July 2026.
Which brings us to part 3, igniting the network effect, the momentum of an open standard.
Just look at this number, 97 million. By July 2026, monthly downloads of the MCP software development kit hit 97 million. That is just an undeniable indicator of massive pent-up demand. I mean, once the standard reached a critical mass of participants, the cost of not adopting it suddenly started to heavily outweigh the cost of actually getting on board.
But what does that mean for the engineers in the trenches? Well, one developer noted that migrating their product from those hand-built custom connectors over to a fully MCP native architecture dropped their tool deployment time from about 3 days down to just 11 minutes. 11 minutes! Going from days to minutes is an order of magnitude improvement. That is exactly the kind of friction removal that makes an entire industry pivot overnight.
Meanwhile, system efficiency just absolutely skyrocketed. Block's engineering team reported a 98.7% reduction in the number of context tokens they needed for tool-related tasks. Think about that for a second. Why such a huge drop? Because a well-designed MCP server lets an agent discover and use only the specific tools it actually needs for a given task. You no longer have to force the agent to cram every possible tool definition into its context window all at once. It's just vastly smarter resource management.
And as you'd expect, this kind of efficiency translated directly into massive enterprise adoption. By 2026, 41% of surveyed software organizations and 28% of the Fortune 500 were already running MCP servers in full production.
This wasn't just some fun weekend experiment for startups anymore. The biggest players in the world saw the gains and just completely overhauled their core infrastructure to use it.
And the ecosystem growth here is wild. We're talking over 10,000 active public servers and 15,000 GitHub repos. Every single time a new server is built, it instantly makes all compatible AI clients smarter. This network effect literally united direct, cutthroat competitors, Google, Microsoft, Anthropic, OpenAI, all rallying around a single standard. Because of that two-sided network effect, when someone builds a new integration, everybody else benefits instantly. It's the ultimate rising tide lifting all boats.
All right, moving to Section 4, hands versus social skills, advanced capabilities, and distinct roles. As the standard took off, it naturally evolved to support much more complex, human-in-the-loop workflows. We've got features like sampling, where an agent can actually pause mid-task and ask the model for some extra reasoning before it keeps going. Then you have elicitation, which lets the server pause and ask the human user directly for confirmation. These aren't just cool party tricks. They are absolutely vital safety checkpoints. Developers can finally build safety directly into the workflow from day one, rather than trying to clumsily bolt it on at the end.
Now, to clear up any confusion about where MCP fits into the broader picture, keep this metaphor in mind. In these sophisticated architectures, think of MCP as the agent's hands. It's quite literally how the agent reaches out to touch tools and data in the real world. But when agents need to coordinate or negotiate with each other, they use a totally different protocol called A2A, or agent to agent. That provides their social skills. For a complete enterprise system today, you're almost always using both of these together. And finally, Section 5. When boring plumbing wins, the real driver of technological shifts. So what's the big historical takeaway from all of this? Well, it's that the winning standard wasn't some flashy, technically ambitious moonshot. Not at all. It simply solved a painfully common, widely shared problem, that N by M bottleneck, in the simplest, most boring way possible. And because it was placed under neutral governance, everybody felt safe building on it. At the end of the day, it's this boring, standardized plumbing that makes all the exciting, magical AI applications actually work.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on as you watch the AI space evolve. Are we all getting a little too blinded by the shiny new models and totally ignoring the vital infrastructure underneath? Because if the rise of the Model Context Protocol proves anything, it's that if you really want to understand where tech is heading, you've got to look at the plumbing. That is where the real structural revolution is happening. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep looking beneath the surface.